I'd like to thank all of y'all for attending this groundbreaking. As Commissioner Palacios has told me, the best information we can do is get as much of the public involved as we can on these projects that we're doing right now. This particular groundbreaking that we have here is part of the $100 million bond issue that the Drainage District, with the vote of the citizens, passed in November. We're moving forward with the construction of numerous projects within Hidalgo County. Some of the brief history on our existing system: they were built over 30, 40 years ago. They were part of an agricultural drainage system. Nobody really anticipated the valley to grow to the magnitude that has grown in the past 20 or 30 years. I think it's very important to also note that the first bond issue was about $75 million, and it took about 15 years to complete the improvements that were done at that time. This particular bond issue has a cap of about $100 million to provide drainage improvements throughout all of Hidalgo County. One of the major impacts of this is that we're considering urbanized growth, not agricultural growth, that had been considered when this first system that came into play. This particular project that we're doing here is the second groundbreaking of the $100 million project. It entails the improvement of what we call the Pharr Mcallen South Drain, which provides drainage for basically the eastern part of McAllen, part of downtown Pharr. It makes its way west of us or behind us on this lateral, continues going south and east, and outfalls into what we call the International Boundary and Water Commission system. Y'all are aware on numerous rains that we've had over here, there's been some inundation in this general area. We asked the engineers to move forward with the project and do it in phases to try to get some relief out there as quickly as possible. This relief consists of putting an additional structure here on Moore Road, building the banks around the area from here north about a quarter mile to make sure that the water flows that are coming in here are not inundating the surrounding areas, but provide for water to continue going south. As like any officials in the past, we have a very good group of elected officials, both at the county and at the city, that see the needs of improvements coming forward. Without the support of the elected officials that we have, it's very hard for us to go forward with our projects. The Hidalgo County Commissioners Court also serves as the board of directors for Hidalgo County Drainage District Number 1. The chairman of the board, also as your county judge, J.D. Salinas, has been very adamant in having these projects move forward quickly. I'd like to introduce our county judge, J.D. Salinas, to speak to you all a few minutes on these items. J.D.
Thank you and good morning. Raul, our hope, and Mayor Palacios, is that these type of projects that the taxpayers allowed us to invest in a $100 million bond issue will help you in economic development. A lot of people don't see the infrastructure that's underground and some of the indirect alleviation of flooding. Unfortunately, north of us, we had a trailer park that was having some flooding problems. Hopefully after this, we'll go ahead and alleviate that. But as you know, behind las tiendas, this is how far this far-reaching project will reach. Our hope is that by reinvesting in the city of Pharr in this area, it would allow you the capacity to go ahead and attract more economic development in the area, increasing the tax base and providing more to the quality of life of the taxpayers of the County of Hidalgo and the city of Pharr. We've gone from a community of carrot tops to rooftops. Our agricultural built system, drainage system, is now at its capacity. So we have more drainage water, and like Godfrey will tell you, and has been telling you for some years now, we need to start reinvesting in these drainage systems. We're going to be the fastest growing county in the next 10 years, only to Flagler County, Florida. Knowing that, we need to make sure proactively prepare ourselves and make sure that we have the capacity for future growth. With these type of projects, we'll do that. The different type of approach we're doing this time, though, as compared to the 70s, is that we're simultaneously doing about 8 projects at the same time instead of doing one after another, therefore impacting more of the county at the same time. In the past, you may have seen that we do one project at a time. In 10 days, this is the second groundbreaking in this area. We were in Alamo just a couple of weeks ago doing a groundbreaking over there, and we're going to do a series of these so we can make sure and impact the county altogether. Hopefully, on the 40th anniversary of Vila, we can avoid a hurricane as far as we can, as many years as we can. But if not, we need to start preparing ourselves today and proactively make sure that our levees are fixed, our laterals are created for more capacity, and we go ahead and proactively protect our citizens and our taxpayers of Hidalgo County. Godfrey and Summit Construction, congratulations. Mario, thank you for your help in Washington, D.C. with Congressman Cuellar's help. We're going to make sure and get at least $15 million from the congressional delegation and make sure that our taxpayers are not paying for our levies. Indirectly, that also affects our area. And we need to make sure that we get those responsible levies paid back by the federal government. So with that, I'd say congratulations to the taxpayers, especially in Pharr. Congratulations, Summit Construction. And Godfrey, thank you for your patience, as I know that now we're going to start seeing the baby and not only hear the labor pains, as Commissioner Palacios says. With that, I give you a great leader in Precinct 2 because he is providing great leadership, and he's the one that's holding it to task, even myself, saying these are the projects that need to take place because the taxpayers deserve it. With that, I give you our great commissioner for Precinct 2, our Commissioner Tito Palacios.
Morning. Well, how can I follow up on Godfrey and the judge? As they pointed out, this is a happy occasion, or should be, for everybody, especially for me. All of this work that is going to start here is not very easy to put together. We've spent many years in coming up to this point, and it's only going to get better. And Godfrey, I know I gave you a hard time at times, but you can see what this is going to do for this area. And I think we have enjoyed a good working relationship with the city of Pharr. I happen to know the mayor. He is my older brother, and he is older. But again, I'm very elated, and I have a funny way of saying, I don't want to hear about the labor pains. I want to see the baby. And I think we're going to get ready to see a baby here soon. So Godfrey, congratulations, Judge, and City of Pharr, Mayor, Commissioner. We thank you for the cooperation. Mr. Guerra, Hector Guerra, was nice enough to lend us the use of this facility. Is he here? Well, if you see him, you tell him I said thank you. So without any more, let me ask the mayor to come up and say a few words. A few words. A few.
Good morning, and thank you. I just don't want you to forget that I'm your older brother, and I'm the better half. I'm very pleased and very happy to be here this morning, to say the least. Another historic day for the city of Pharr, and like my brother Tito says, and Judge, this baby was long overdue. For whatever reasons, we've been going through aches and pains here since I can remember. Being born and raised in the city of Pharr, you know, I've seen it grow. And like the Judge Salinas said, you know, we're no longer a small community. We continue to grow. We're one of the fastest growing counties in the nation, and we will continue to grow. I am very pleased to see that this bond issue was supported by all our taxpayers in the county, which is going to alleviate and prevent a lot of flooding that may come our way or has been giving us some problems in the past. I understand that this is going to be phase 1, and then we're going to go up the road sometime next year after the season is over and start on phase 2. They're going to remove some of the infrastructure that's there and put some bigger infrastructure, day-to-day bar ditches, make them wider and bigger, and so that the flow of rain, when it comes, would flow much quicker. And I'm sure that the residents here across the street are going to be very happy, and we will continue to work with the county, with the state, and with the federal government. This is an example of what people can do working together. we continue to work together because the county, the state, the federal government, and the communities, we all pitch in, by paying our taxes and sales tax and income tax and what have you. We all contribute to the pot, so we need to get some of this money back so we can do these improvements and hopefully down the road get some more funding to take care of our problem with our levees. I want to thank Mr. Garza for a job well done. I've known him for many years, and he's been doing a tremendous job for the district. Judge Salinas and my brother Tito are always there supporting this kind of projects, and I appreciate that very much. I like to say that if there's anything that we can do as far as the city of Pharr is concerned, we're there with open arms. And again, this is what we all can do when we come together as a family and try and work out whatever we need to do somehow. There's always solutions to whatever problem we may be facing. I want to thank you all for taking time from your busy schedule. You all have a good day. God bless all of you. Have a good day.
As the mayor mentioned, the judge mentioned, and Commissioner, this is a large project. We're trying to expedite this project by doing multiple projects going out. And in order to do that, we've been able to go out there and bring in about 8 different consulting firms into the project. At this time, I would like to introduce the project manager for this particular project, Ms. Charlotte Teague from Smb Infrastructure.
Good morning. As Godfrey mentioned, Smb Infrastructure Limited was contracted for the design and construction of various improvements to the Pharr Mcallen South Drain. And this project is the first phase of several phases of the various improvements to this important lateral, this major lateral. The whole lateral is approximately 4 miles in length, and it carries stormwater and drainage from southeast McAllen and ultimately outfalls to the U.S. IBWC's main floodway. As it exists today, the Pharr Mcallen South Drain was designed for a 9.5-year flood event or rain event in an agricultural setting, as were the majority of the laterals and drains for the drainage district. Because of the large and the fast urban growth in this area, it is proposed to improve this system to at least a 25-year design storm event. The entire project from U.S. Expressway 83 to the outfall is estimated to be about $2 million. The project we're here for today, the Phase 1 project, includes improvements right here near Moore Road to accommodate stormwater runoff for a 25-year rain event. The project actually is approximately a 1/4 mile in length, and the primary purpose is to help facilitate drainage across Moore Road. The cost for this project is about $438,278, the construction cost. Improvements include basically adding another concrete box across Moore Road. This will help facilitate the flow. We'll also be raising the banks on the upstream end just upstream of Moore Road, approximately 5 feet in height. And then we're going to also add some storm sewer on either side of the ditch to help facilitate residential drainage. We'll also be providing concrete rubble and riprap to control the sedimentation and erosion in the ditch.
Thank you, Ms. Teague. In addition to that, as the judge mentioned, any type of improvements when you have infrastructure has a major impact on the economic growth of our area. And as it was in the past, when we did our first bond issue, we tried to contract as much as possible with the local entities that we have. On this particular project, we have Summit Construction, which was a low bidder on this particular project. And to speak on behalf of Summit Construction, the project manager, Mr. Lauren Johnson.
Good morning. This project will be slightly less than 3 months in duration and will include the closing of Moore Road for approximately 3 days while we supplement the existing drainage box with a second 5x6 going underneath the roadway. The remainder of the project will have a minimal impact on area traffic. We'd like to thank the public in advance for their patience during the construction phase, and Summit is quite proud to be a partner with the Hidalgo County Drainage District and the rest of our district officials in their ongoing efforts to improve the area's infrastructure. Thank you.
And again, as the judge and commissioner, the mayor mentioned, a lot of these projects are joint projects. We need our local elected officials from the cities, from the state, from the county, from the drainage district, from the highway department. Working these projects together gives us the ability to make these projects larger. If we try to do it on ourselves, we're going to run into problems on the financial end. But doing joint ventures, doing interlocals for the multitude of projects that are coming up is the only way that we see that we can expedite the movement that's needed in the valley. Again, I would like to thank all of the elected officials that are here, our state official representing Congressman Cuellar's office. I'd like to thank them. And again, I'd like to thank the general public for being here. Thank you very much, folks. And our representative from Congressman Cuellar, Mario Garcia, is here also, as I mentioned, and I'd like to give him the opportunity to speak on behalf of Congressman Cuellar's office as to the work and the support they've given us on projects. Mario?
Thank you and good morning. First of all, in behalf of Congressman Henry Cuellar, he sends his regrets as he is in Washington trying to represent each and every one of you. He also sends his congratulations to all, to the city, to the county, to the precinct, and to the private sector. This is the type of project that I know that Godfrey, you and your staff, and the county commissioner and the judge have been working assiduously, and it is always an honor to be a part of this, because we begin to see some of the fruits of that hard work. Of course, the county, I was talking to some folks earlier, and I found out that that Commissioner Palacios here has got a little secret weapon and working all these projects, and I'd like to recognize Charlie Contreras. Charlie is one that stays on top of a whole bunch of people. As big as he is, he's the county's bouncer over here. So, it's folks like Charlie and Mr. Cuellar and several of you folks that are here working for the county government that really is an honor and a privilege to be here, because when the city, the county, and the federal government and state government get together, this is the type of project that the congressman likes to see, the unity, and of course the taxpayers utilizing the tax dollars that were passed on that bond issue. But again, we're here to support this program, and we're here to work with the county commissioner, with the city administration, with the drainage district, and of course the county judge. So again, we congratulate everybody, and God bless you all, and God bless the United States of America.
Charlotte, can you please tell us a little bit about the components of the Pharr Mcallen Lateral?
The Pharr Mcallen South Drain is a major lateral in the Hidalgo County Drainage District No. 1's drainage system. It extends all the way from Expressway 83 and outfalls to the US IBWC's main floodway. This particular project, the Pharr Mcallen South Drain Phase 1, is the first phase of several phases of improvements that we're going to be doing along this lateral. It basically is going to encompass some improvements at Moore Road, where we're going to provide for an additional or install an additional box structure adjacent to the existing structure that's currently underneath the roadway. We're also going to be raising the banks on the upstream end of the structure that will help facilitate the drainage through the new box and the existing box, while also helping to detain some water to help facilitate the drainage through the box and release it in a slow manner. So we'll have some storm sewer on either side of the raised banks to help facilitate the drainage from the residential areas, and we'll also provide for some concrete rubble and concrete riprap to help mitigate erosion and sedimentation control within the ditch.
How much is this project going to cost, and how many miles is it?
This particular phase is about a quarter-mile in length. It's the actual construction cost is about $440,000. However, there are some costs. The drainage districts are going to actually provide the material for the project.
And can you tell us how this is going to improve drainage in the Pharr Mcallen area?
For this particular area, along Moore Road, every time there's a major rainfall event or whatever, it pretty much floods this roadway, and these improvements are hopefully going to help mitigate and facilitate the drainage through underneath the road instead of over the road. So.
And the commercial district of Southeast McAllen will be affected by the larger project?
Yes. Basically all the improvements that we're proposing here is to help. The ditch is currently designed at a 9.5-year agricultural flood event, rain event, and we're basically designing our improvements for a 25-year storm event with urban conditions.